From the Avenel Performing Arts Center, with your host, Todd Bivona, Gotham Trinity Productions presents live from APAC.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Live from APAC. My name is Todd Bivona with Gotham Trinity Productions, and we are at the Avenel Performing Arts Center in Avenel, New Jersey, Woodbridge Township, New Jersey. Never want to forget our good friends of Woodbridge, right? So happy you're going to be joining us today. This is going to be a great series. This is going to be every Wednesday moving forward at 3 p.m. live from APAC, of course. Various guests that were focused on the arts industry. We're focused on the arts. Actors, actresses, singers, agents, you name it, we got it here for you. And we're excited to have you along with us. We're going to have a lot of fun. To kick off this first show, I'd be remiss if I did not introduce the executive and artistic director for the Avenel Performing Arts Center, Anthony Wilkinson.
How are you? Good, Todd. How are you? Thank you for joining us here in Woodbridge.
Yeah, this is really cool. Right over the bridge.
It's
Stone's
so
throw
easy from Staten Island.
From our friends Staten Island.
Yeah.
So great to be here.
Thank
How are you?
I'm doing well. You know, I thought this would be a great idea because as we sit and wait and try to get back to what will be the new normal, and try to get our shows back up and running, I thought this was a great way for us to stay in touch and to connect with people in the arts. And like you said, from all different aspects of the industry, because I've been talking to a lot of people during this crisis, and there's a lot of things going on depending what side of the arts you're in. And I thought this would be a great way for all of us to connect with each other and talk about how we're going to get back to normal. Yeah,
of course, and showcase some great talent.
Yes,
some of your friends, of course, are going to be joining us. Involved in the industry.
Yes,
and also don't forget Curtains.
Yes,
Curtains are the restaurant that is
June
opening
15th. Outdoor dining, and we have plenty of outdoor dining. We just got approved for some more space, so we have plenty of seats available. So anybody who wants to join us this week, come on down. We're taking reservations now. You can go join us on the website, and Monday we're ready to go. So we're excited to at least have the restaurant open.
At least we've got something, right?
Yes, we got something.
We're done with the quarantine. We're done with the nonsense. Let's eat. Let's support local business.
And drink.
Support your local guy. And drink. Of course he wants to drink. That's right. So, Ant, we have a big show.
Yes.
Big show.
Yes.
Some great guests joining us today. Debra Toscano.
One of my favorites.
Sonia.
Yep. Another one of my favorites.
Sonia is going to join us. Sonia
Blangiardo.
Yes.
I
knew I was going to mess that up. And
yep.
Robin Klinger.
And Robin Klinger.
And also talking about APAC, Carrie Rubino is going to join us talking about the summer camp program.
Yes,
here.
Carrie Rubino is our new marketing director. She actually just started right before we were told we had to go home. So she just started back with us full time a couple of weeks ago in the office. And she's starting this amazing summer camp program that she's going to talk to you about later.
So there you have it. We got plenty to go over, plenty to go through, guests to talk through.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to kick this off.
I think we're ready.
So there's something that we want to show people first.
Yeah.
Something called Dixie.
So as fate would have it, it's so funny because a year ago when we opened the Avenel Performing Arts Center, the first show that kicked off the Avenel Performing Arts Center was Dixie's Tupperware Party. And it was April of last year. And it was literally just because that's when the venue was done. And we had to move like 6 months worth of shows. Anyway, now I've been moving. I've probably moved a good 8 shows because of the situation we're in right now. And as it looks like our first good show is going to be in August, Dixie's Tupperware Party. So and it was a hit last time and it'll be a hit again. So
what a great lead in. I think that's great. So why don't we take a look at a clip real quick, Anthony,
sure,
and see what's to come.
Sounds great.
Are you ready for America's favorite Tupperware lady to blow you away?
See why the LA Times raised. I was laughing too hard to breathe.
Back the truck up. What?
Join Dixie and discover why the Today Show cheers not your grandmother's Tupperware party.
Is this a real Tupperware party? Yes.
See why audiences the world over love to party with Dixie.
Yeah.
Come see Dixie's Tupperware Party.
All right. Great to be back with you here. We are now going to go to Debra Toscano is going to join us on the line right now. So excited to have some great guests here today. And Debra Toscano is going to kick it off for us. So let's bring Debra on, shall we? I think she's waiting in the race. There she goes. Debra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Todd?
Doing just fine, thank you. So what's been going on, Debra? Let's just start there. How you been doing and how you been managing in quarantine?
Okay, well, I don't normally look like this in quarantine, but we thought it would be a good idea and something fun to do to dress up as Antonian, which is the character that I play in all the big gay Italian shows. But quarantine life has been okay. I've been working out, getting myself in shape, and just getting ready to hit it when it's time to, hit the hit parade and get back to performing and all that good stuff. So
you got to be decided to get back to what it is you do and getting out there and seeing your fans and coming to a great venue like the Avenel Performing Arts Center. So, Debra, let's go a little bit. Debra, everyone knows you as Antonian.
Yes.
Tell us about your journey in discovering this role and how it changed you.
Oh gosh, well, I saw the show many years ago, and I thought to myself when I walked out of the theater, why am I not in that show? And why am I not playing that role, Antonian? And then I saw auditions for it, and I auditioned about 4 or 5 times. When I think they weren't really looking for anybody to fill the role. And then finally, Anthony created My Big Gay Italian Funeral, and I auditioned for that, and that's when I landed the role, and then I inherited the wedding show. And then all the shows after I became the original Antonian force. So, which is kind of neat to say and to be able to say that. So it changed my life. I mean, everybody, I love this role. It's so near and dear to my heart. And people refer to me as Antonian, not even Debra, they just say Antonian. Oh my God. And she's a real life person as well. I mean, it's Anthony's godmother in real life. So I get to play her and I get to play a real person. So that's kind of neat too. But it's definitely changed my life. I get recognized as Antonian. So I'm very proud of that. And I'm proud of the role and all of that stuff.
So very proud of that. And that obviously set the foundation for it. And then moving on from that. So what do you think moving forward from all this, Debra? What's the coronavirus affecting, again, the acting community, all entertainers having events like this? How does this affect you, and what's this going to affect people moving forward?
There are, we're a very overcrowded entertainment society. Okay, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the tri-state area is flooded with actors and actresses and singers and many talented people all over the place. So roles are I don't want to say roles are few and far in between, or they were few and far in between before the virus. But it's a very competitive field, obviously, and work is a little limited because of that. I just think that everybody needs to just kind of keep chugging forward. And, maybe a lot of people have said during this time, I don't want to be involved in the arts anymore. I need to do something else. But if if you got the tough skin for it and you stick with it, and, work will come, and the industry will rejuvenate itself, obviously, like it always has. And there is so much that the arts give back, and people always come to the arts for joy and happiness, and forget about the troubles that they've been through or that they're going through. And I think that's where we all come into play. I know that's where we come into play, and where work will develop. And every day there's a new project that's being developed. So there's going to be work. You got to fight for it. You got to audition for it. But it's there, and we'll get it. And I'm hopeful, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. So.
Now, what do you think the concern for actors and performers moving forward is going to be when it comes to coming to an arena like this, to a venue like this, whatnot? What's going to be on everyone's mind, Debra?
I think the social distancing, obviously, sitting next to your neighbor and watching a show, oh my God, does my neighbor have it? Or did they have it? Or can I catch it? That's one piece of the pie. But obviously, theaters and all around the nation and the world are taking precautions to keep that a safe environment. Then it's on stage, oh my God, I'm an actress and I'm interacting with this person and that person. And, you're on stage and, emotions fly, and, you're talking loudly and things come out. So you have to just be kind of careful and just watch out for each other, and just, and be smart. If you're not feeling well, you're not looking well, and because of you being sick, then stay home and we'll get a replacement for you, that type of thing. But I think once we're on stage and we're back to normal, or trying to get back to normal, everybody's fears will, I don't want to say will subside, but I think we'll get more comfortable. And I think, when we're inside our cubicle of entertainment, personnel, and we're all just in the same boat here, I think that we'll feel more comfortable, and everybody will check on each other and say, hey, are you feeling okay? Are you sick?
Right.
And all that good stuff. But
and Debra, that's a great point. Is getting through this together has been the biggest key. And working for a production company in the area, that's what it's been, is reaching out to your fellow business owner, your fellow small business owner, and saying, hey, listen, we got you. Getting a gift card for them later on, and getting through this. And then for opening, how are you going to open? What does that mean? What's that going to look like? Right. When you leave your house and you come around with sanitizer, whatever it may be, it's going to happen, right, Debra? We're getting back there.
We're getting back. I mean, we're opening up. I mean, I'm starting to get some calls for some restaurants of different, different venues that I work for. And I'm also a staple at Curtains. I will say that. So I do perform there a lot.
Excellent.
I did their opening, and hopefully I'll do their grand reopening when we all come back. So Curtains is a lot of fun for me as well. So.
Well, certainly that's nothing you're going to have to audition for since you've been here. But have you been doing any other auditions? Have you been doing this new form of communicating this way via auditions?
Absolutely. I mean, I subscribe to a lot of different websites, as all actors and singers do. There's been a ton of open call, virtual calls, and self-tapes, and whether it's a new project or just submitting a song that you want to sing, or a monologue that you have, just, getting yourself in front of the casting directors and the agents, which, we're all looking to land a great agent, and, be in front of the great casting directors, and, land a great role. But there has been work through this, and I shouldn't say there hasn't been work. There's been auditions, and there's been that avenue has not really 100% closed for auditions, and the avenue was open when the virtual thing came into play more than ever, and there's a lot of self-tapes that were happening way before the virus, that that actors were able to submit. A lot of agents and casting directors, they don't have the time to see you in person, so self-submit, self-tape, which is a beautiful thing. And if you have a cell phone and a built-in microphone and a voice, you can do anything.
That's it.
So,
Yeah, we have someone in the background taping, recording themselves right now to send an audition to perform here at APAC.
Are they getting?
They're excited. They're excited. They want to be on this stage, just seeing, the lights are on at APAC. I'm going to audition for here. Getting back to auditioning and you auditioning, Do you remember auditioning for My Big Gay Italian Wedding?
I did. Yes. For 4 or 6 times. I can't. It's between 4 and 6 times, and every time it was, "Oh, you're so great, thank you." And I'm thinking like, "Yeah," and then it was like, "Hello, anybody calling Debra Toscano?" And it wasn't until I auditioned for Big Gay Italian Funeral, which I thought was a typo when I saw the audition. I'm like, "Oh my God, this guy!" I said, "This is what it's supposed to be. It's Big Gay Italian wedding, not funeral." And anyway, It was, and I auditioned, and I had 2. The first audition was amazing. There was about 1,000 women there. It was pretty intense. And then I got a call back, and Anthony put me through the ringer. If he could have tied a rope around my neck and dragged me through the streets in this audition, that's what he did to me. Bigger. I need you bigger. I need you bigger. I need you bigger and bigger. And I'm like, sure, anything you need. How much bigger do you want me to be? And I went home and I was like, I can't even talk because I was yelling and screaming in the audition, and it was so much fun. And then when I got the call that he chose me to take on I could cry because it's such a great phone call. It was such a great time in my life. And it still is. But he called me and I screamed in the phone, and my action was like, "Oh my God." I just couldn't believe it that after all of this time and all the auditions that I finally landed the role. And I said to him, "Over my dead body will this role go to anybody else ever." So
where does that rank? That sounds like an incredible moment and huge for you.
Huge.
Your memorable moment on stage, most memorable moment on stage would be?
Opening night of Big Gay Funeral. Opening night, without a doubt.
Really?
It was my first time. I've had a lot of great times on stage and on different shows and everything. I was on a game show. That was a great time. But it was really walking on stage for the first time in character as her, and bringing that character to life. And she's larger than life on stage. I mean, I have to say, she's so over the top and so crazy, ridiculous, and fun. And this show is just so near and dear to my heart, with they all are. But the first moment of, the first scream of my first monologue when I came out, it just was so like, whew. And I wasn't nervous. I was just so excited to get out there and to do this, and just to make Anthony proud. And to show him that I could do it. And it just was so amazing. It was just such a great opening night. Really great.
Couple minutes to go, and just want to thank everyone joining us here on Facebook Live. This is live from APAC. Again, this is our first show here from the Avenel Performing Arts Center. We are currently with Debra Toscano, just talking through her favorite memory moment on stage. We're going to continue the conversation. Got a couple minutes left with you, Debra.
Yep.
Before you go, for people who are interested in doing acting, actressing, singing, and whatnot, doing it is what you do so well. What advice? What's the best advice you have been given? What advice do you give others?
Well, I'm going to pull this right down from, and this is no joke, from my desk. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Oh, cool.
It says, never give up. And that's my motto.
That's awesome.
Never give up. Keep pushing. Live your dream. Live your life. Do the things that you want to do, and perseverance and hard work gets you everywhere. And just don't ever, ever give up on yourself. Keep pushing forward.
So obviously, for those who are watching again, feel free to comment, ask questions, whoever you see on the screen of us, Anthony and Debra. Looks like we have one here. Ask her about the ovation at resorts in Atlantic City.
Well, I think it was. I think what they're talking about is when I came out on stage. It was the Christmas show. I think it was the Christmas show. I forget which show it was, but we had a hold for a good couple of minutes because the crowd went wild when I came out, which was so like, oh my God, I was so like, I had to hold it together because I was literally, I could have run off stage and cried that I was so like thankful and amazed that I was so well received, and they loved the character so much that it was the wedding show. It was a wedding show.
There you go.
Having had a hold, but it was a great moment, a really unbelievable moment to have that happen in a career. And any time that does happen, it's like, it's a pretty big deal for yourself to experience that. It was wonderful. And I'm very grateful to everyone who clapped and applauded for me. So it was wonderful.
What a cool experience. Well,
yeah,
and, thank you for those words of wisdom. Of course, to never give up. Right.
Yeah.
it's a great point for those who are interested in getting into the field. Once again, Debra Toscano joining us today on Live from APAC. Our first guest.
Yay!
Our first guest on
you
Live
for
from
having
APAC. Really appreciate the time, and we'll talk soon. All right, Debra?
You got it. Thank you. Mwah!
Take care. All right. Special thanks to Debra for joining us today. That was very cool. So we have some more teasers, some more promos coming up for things you could be seeing in this area. Up next, my big gay, and I'm looking at my piece of paper because I'm always going to struggle with this, my big gay Italian midlife crisis. You see why I needed a second, right? All right. Let's take a look at a clip real quick and see what's to come.
Welcome to.
Oh, we almost showed another promo coming up. Stay tuned for that and see what that's all about. That's another awesome gig that I can't wait to go to. I've seen her already before. She's fantastic. I'm going to see her again. Bring my wife. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to my wife, Andrea. I love her so much. Moving on in the program, she is tons of credit. She's been around. My goodness, she has a litany of things. I'm going to have her tell you yourself. Sonia Blangiardo joins us right now on Live from APAC here. Sonia, how are you? Oh, I think
good.
you're muted. That's
Sorry.
okay. There you go.
Hi.
How's everything going, Sonia?
Going well. How about you?
Doing good. Yeah. I think we got up and running. Things look good. We're having a good time. So, Sonia, let me get to you. What's life been like for you the past 3 months in general, and how have you been doing? What have you been doing to keep busy?
Yeah. Well, I think after the first 2 weeks of shock and anger and upset and fear, we just got productive because we're never going to have an opportunity like this again. I just kept telling my husband and whomever cared to listen, let's just do, because again, this is a gift in an odd way if you look at the positive, and that's what we tried to do. So we wrote a lot, cooked a lot, created some stuff. So that's pretty much been our life.
And so you're getting to your career, Sonia. I mean, in about 30, it spans about 30 years and doing the soap operas. What has it been like in the industry, and how has it changed? And now what do you anticipate the changes are going to be moving forward?
Well, there certainly has been an evolution since I started 30 years ago almost. When I started, there were 16 soaps, and now there are 4. There were 8 in New York, 8 in LA. So that in and of itself, just year by year, the number has definitely dwindled. It really is all about, more people are out in the workforce. There aren't that many people at home watching the shows. I think the audience we have is still very passionate and loyal, but sadly, those numbers just aren't what they were. So one by one, they started to go away. And the ones that remained really have evolved into not doing much more in less time, just to make the budgets work and make it, feasible for us to stay on the air.
So the future of soaps, Sonia, it's kind of like you're alluding to it right there. A lot of uncertainty. Then again, there's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of things. What do you think the future of productions are going to be like? What's the landscape going to be like?
That we hear different things. I'm in California currently, and they released certain parameters last Friday. I think we have a long way to go. I think we're all hopeful. We're all eager. That's for sure. We need to get back to work. But the nature of what we do is very challenging because, from behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, especially a soap opera where people are in bed together and people are kissing all the time, it's really difficult to establish social distancing. I think there has to be a conscientious effort on the writer's behalf to just write scenes where 2 people are sitting talking at a table where we can actually shoot them not on top of each other, and certainly behind the scenes in the control room and the crew on the floor. We just have to reimagine how we had been doing it. And it will be possible. I think it will take time and a lot of trial and error.
Right. And just as I mentioned with Debra, everyone needs to take caution and be smart.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what everyone's in Hollywood's trying to figure out. and here in the East, New York City, trying to figure out the same things as productions start to get going again.
Yeah.
Back to you and your history. Let's talk about Tainted Dreams, Sonia.
Oh, my baby. The Tainted Dreams was a labor of love. It's been in my head and heart for 15 years, and we shot 2 seasons a few years back, and it was probably one of the best times because it's my life in a story. Just the experiences you have working in a daytime soap, because unlike other productions, you're working with the same people day in, day out. So I don't think I have any adult friends that didn't come from the soap world. We really become a family, and those friendships just transcend every milestone in life. So Tainted Dreams, I call it the Grey's Anatomy that occurs in a soap studio instead of a hospital. It really is an original story, so to speak, character-driven story. The backdrop happens to be that they work in a soap studio, and it really is a hybrid of what soaps. People say that soaps are gone. The soap opera, the typical soap opera in the afternoon is gone. Soaps aren't gone. I may have people yell at me for saying this, but my friend goes around saying that Game of Thrones is a soap. So everything has a soapy element, and I think that's what's appealing, the personal relationships the story tells, and Tainted is a hybrid of that.
What are the hopes for season 3 here, Sonia?
Been writing diligently. One of the things that came out of the pandemic is finalizing a season 3. We have new exciting things coming our way. So we just hope we get to shoot soon and find a home that is feasible for us. But we're working nonstop. Like, I don't think I've had any thoughts that didn't surround Tainted for the last 6 months, and specifically even more these last 3 months.
Of course. And all the work you've been putting into it. Looking forward to getting back out there and doing it, of course. When it comes to your directorial history and directing soaps, how is that translated to directing for theater? And the similarities, the differences, clearly, of course. And then also, which one do you prefer?
Oh, wow. Well, night and day. And I think Anthony can attest to this. I still, when I direct theater, I'm like, go off camera, back. It's very funny that I still have that lingo in my head. But 2 very different worlds. And when I first was asked by Anthony, I kind of laughed at him like, there's no way I would know how, because they are very, very different. The theater directing, in addition to having the relationships with the actors to get the best performances, which is always on the top priority on any director's list. The technical is always, very challenging, especially on a soap. We go so fast. We shoot 125 pages in an 8-hour day. And on primetime, they'll shoot like 5. Yeah, that number is insane. And I'm not making it up. I've had days where I've had as much as 140. So
140 pages worth of script. Shot in how long of a day?
8-hour day. Yeah.
8. How big is your crew then?
Not as big as you would think. They're
Really?
just so good at what they do. And this is just, again, it's an evolution. If you had said 20 years ago, we're going from what we're accustomed to doing to what we're doing today, it never could have happened. But because the changes have occurred very organically, little by little, we just had to learn how to do more in less time. Now we're at the point where we're just a well-oiled machine.
I'd say so. 150 pages. My goodness. How often is that, though? Second takes is the one thing I love live TV. See, this live, not only behind the scenes live.
Yeah.
You do it once, you're done. You mess it up, what are you gonna do? You move on. So God bless you and your crew. That must be a hell of a crew you have working with you in front and behind the scenes. That's amazing. Keep the Facebook questions coming, people. Again, you are tuning in to Live from APAC. This is Sonia Blangiardo joining us, and we have a question from Thomas Brown. Ask her where people can watch Tainted Dreams if they never saw it.
Well, we're available on Amazon Prime, both seasons, and we're also available on Popstar TV, which is this great digital platform, and U2 America, which is mainstream cable that a lot of people are subscribed to. So there are a few options out there to catch the show.
Moving on in the questions, is there a thought in your mind to ever have your own cooking show?
I wonder who that could be. Oh, yes. My second passion is food. Cooking. We just created a cutting board that has all these gadgets in it. So yeah, would love that. I always say you could do more than one thing, and passions don't have to be limited. And just as much as I love telling scripted stories, I love cooking and reinventing just recipes and foods and appeal as to what the craft and the art of cooking and eating and food is all about. So I'm ready.
You're ready for it. You're ready for your own
Absolutely.
Food Network or cooking channel show, right?
We just have to keep playing the lotto.
That's it. We'll get there. We're going to get you your own cooking show. All right. With that being said, cooking being another passion of yours, something you would love to do, where do you see yourself in 10 years? What do you think you have down the road coming for you?
I really think more of this. I sometimes you ask yourself this is a really hard business. It really is very challenging. So unless you love what you do, you'd have to be a complete idiot to keep doing it. So just shows, creating, writing, directing, and the evolution of what will be 10 years from now. I just hope to be a part of, because it's not going to be the same. Just like television production, theater wasn't the same as 10 years ago. It just keeps changing, and that's the appeal.
Have to adapt, and that sounds like the theme here from Sonia Blangiardo. Sonia, thank you so much for the time today. Great meeting you, and thank you for joining us here live in APAC.
Thank you. Great meeting you. Have a great day, and stay safe.
Thanks so much. Wow, that's so cool. I mean, what an honor to have her on this program. Sorry, I just did a venal sin of hitting my microphone. Days of Our Lives, Ladies of Love, Tainted Dreams, Ladies of Young and Restless. Gosh, she's done so much. So cool to have her and talk to her. I'm like freaking out a little bit. Anyway, all right, we got to move forward. The show goes on. Keep the Facebook comments coming. The comments, I combined questions and comments in the same word. I love how I mess with English. Share your comments, share your questions right below. I want to hear from you, all right? And be sure to share this. Look at the bottom right of your little screen right now. Yeah, there's a little arrow, and it says share. You click that, and you share it on your newsfeed. If you own a page, put it on that page as well. No, you will not be compensated. Too bad. Moving on in the program, we're going to go on to another promotional piece about the assisted living, the musical. You saw a little teaser for it earlier, but now it's time for you to see the entire clip. Let's take a look.
Welcome to Assisted Living, the musical.
The show is 90 minutes of laughter. There are no sad songs, no F-bombs, and no depends jokes.
I've seen it twice, and I'm still laughing, and I'm going to come back and see it many times. It's so good. You'll love it.
Tell me you don't want to see that. I mean, but no depends jokes, no F-bombs. How can that be funny? But it's hilarious. And I recommend you come and see it. I think it's going to be fantastic. All right. We're up for guest number 3. God, these shows fly. I love how I said shows as though we've been doing this for like forever. Robin Klinger is our next guest. And we said that we wanted to have people from all aspects of the arts industry on camera behind the scenes. She is an agent. So let's bring in Robin if Robin is ready. Robin, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent, Robin. So let's go to the same generic question. Want to find out how you're doing the past 3 months being in quarantine, itching to get out. The weather's getting so nice, heating up. What have you been up to? What are you doing to keep busy?
Well, we've been enjoying the weather. For us being outside and just walking on the streets, it's almost as if there's dead silence in our town. Nothing has reopened except the restaurants. But it's nice to see people outside, and it's, we're enjoying that. We're getting back to basics. We're cooking a lot at home. We're doing everything a girl would normally get done somewhere else. We're doing in the house, coloring our hair, doing our nails, doing the fun stuff that we would go out to do. We're now bringing it all home. So it's changed a lot in our household.
Yeah, and everyone's, I sound like a broken record, but we're all adjusting, trying to enjoy the weather where we can step out, have a good walk, have a good run, bike ride, whatever it is. Talking with Debra about auditioning, but auditioning online, everyone, and that affects you as an agent. Is what about everyone that has called upon you for help? What's that been like working with them in this space, in this form or whatnot?
I think everything went dead silent pretty much when March hit. We were in the middle of booking and things were going really well. And then all of a sudden, everything came to a dead standstill. So I just did a lot of research on things that would help me, would help my artists, the PPP loan, the EIDL loans, listening to webinars, the webinars. There's you start out at 11 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock you're on your fourth webinar, and trying to soak in as much information as you can, trying to find out what everybody's doing in the industry. And then you have to disperse this to all the artists that you're working with and that you have a relationship with, to make sure that they're all doing the same thing. So I think a lot of the artists now are doing live streaming. I'm a person that loves live performance. So this has been really hard for me. I am going to do my first live streaming with an artist in August at the Redlands Bowl in California. But for the most part, most of the shows that we had booked for March, April, May, June, July, August have all been moved to the following year, and some of them into the year after that. So it was a very big learning curve immediately to figure out what to do next and how to communicate that to your artists.
And now, talking about communication with your artists, moving forward with them, what's your concerns for them? How are you going to help them out along the way, encourage them to do like the Facebook Live shows? What do you think is next for them, and how are you going to advise them moving forward?
Well, the first part of it is we have conferences that are normally in the fall that we are all participating in, where the artists get to showcase live. We're making other arrangements now with the conferences. There may be a live virtual conference as opposed to a live in-face conference. So we're all trying to figure out different ways to market the artists and make sure that people are that they're visible for everybody.
Right.
That's going to be the biggest challenge for this fall, because we start booking our season for 21-22 in September. We are still moving things from this spring of 20 into next year. So it just keeps moving fast. That's all.
Right. Yeah. And I think your phone's probably ringing off the hook right now. It sounds like people trying to figure out what's next and whatnot. So speaking of those conferences, you've worked with Anthony on quite a few of them. How do you feel about them going into this virtual space and doing the conferences like that? And what will you be attending this year virtually or in person to help sell your shows?
So this is a very tricky thing for me, because I like being in front of someone's face, having a conversation, networking, going to live showcase performances. You know, it's the passion is much more real when you're there in person. And you have relationships with these presenters who are our buyers that we want to, encourage. And that doesn't happen when you're doing it virtual. I do believe, however, that I can't ignore the fact that there are going to be conferences and they are going to be virtual, because it may be the only way that we can get in the face of some of the buyers that we've been working with, other than one-on-one Zoom calls throughout the season. So I do believe that is going to be a very big change for this fall. I am hopeful that the big national conference in January will still take place, and we have a family showcase conference in January. I'm still hopeful for that. I know that most of the conferences for the fall have been canceled. I think the biggest fear for me in going to the conferences is the flying portion of it. But I'm going to have to play the game as well I can.
Right. Of course, Robin. Now, Robin, how many conferences are you normally going to in a year?
So we do a West Coast conference, a Midwest conference, an East Coast conference, a Northwest conference, an Ohio conference, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, the national. Some years we go to festivals and events, but they cross over one other conference, and IPAC, which is the Family Showcase Conference. We try to do as many of them as we can. Again, it's the networking. It's the 10.
You lost me. You kept going, and I forgot how to count. Wow. So there's a lot to do at these conferences, and they're a big deal for the conferences for you.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's the fall in booking the following season, is that we won't have the live experience of being with the people that we look forward to seeing in September. You know, that's the beginning of our season, and by the end of August, we're in fast mode. Everything's moving very fast by the end of August.
Right.
So now it's going to be a very interesting start.
Of course, and we're waiting to have these live performances like you can see in these seats. We need to fill these seats, people, and Robin has great talent that she wants to share here. And speaking of here at the Avenel Performing Arts Center, how did you originally find out about APAC and come across Anthony, and what shows have you done here?
So I met Anthony at Arts Midwest. As everybody else, fell madly in love with this man. He has an incredible amount of experience. He's produced, he's performed, he's now presenting. And when you have learned every aspect of the industry, you get it. You get everything that everybody's doing. So, of course, and he's got such a wonderful sense of humor. So we bonded pretty quickly at the first conference, which was Arts Midwest. And your venue, Avenel Performing Arts Center, had Santa Circus, which went really well. We're hoping to bring it back. They also have another show, the same company, called Vampire Circus, which we're hoping to bring in as well. And the next show we have coming up is Halcyon Shows. It's titled Aureum. It's a very interactive performance with aerial and video projection mapping. So you have three-dimensional effects while you're watching the show. It feels like the whole room is filled, and it has story to it. So that'll be coming up shortly. It was supposed to be this July, but it got moved.
Of course, it got moved. But things are not canceled, folks. Things are postponed. Don't forget, things have been moved. Things are still happening. Just stay positive. That's all I'm asking for. Go ahead. One
thing to that, the presenters, the buyers have been amazing partners in the arts. Rather than cancel, everybody has moved to another mutually agreeable date, and I have been so grateful to all of them. So
everyone's got to bend a little. Everyone's trying to be lenient and understanding during this challenge that we've all been through. So that's a great point there. Want to get to some questions. Again, the Facebook comments, questions, keep them coming. This is live from APAC at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. And we have one from Eva asks, will she be moving out of Long Island because of the virus?
Oh, no. Definitely no. I love it here. You know, it's... I couldn't hear, sorry.
No, it's okay. You answer if you would move out from Long Island because of the virus. So you're staying put. You like it.
Oh, I love it here. You know, there's plenty of space. I think the city for me would be very crowded right now. I would probably be wearing a mask all the time. When you're here in Long Island, you're 6 feet apart. You're when you're in the stores, you're wearing a mask, but it's not the same. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Long Island.
Right. Okay. So then you're staying put. You're not going to move. You're happy with everything that you have going on right now. So you're good.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. Show keeps moving, but we thank Robin Klinger, considered by many one of the best agents out there. So again, an honor to have another great guest to round out our guests for today. Thank you to Carrie Rubino. Oh no, Carrie Rubino. Carrie Rubino's coming up next. Robin Klinger, thanks so much for the time. Really appreciate you coming today.
Thank you.
All right. So that was great. Good information too to find out about what's to come for people that have called upon Robin for work, and what's going on moving forward and dealing with this virtual space. Okay. Another promo coming up. This one, Aureum, right, Anthony? Aureum. Okay. Carrie, you can join us on the couch right now. But before we get to Carrie, let's roll this little footage here from Aureum. Wow, very, very cool. Can't believe that was very cool. That was really, really dynamic, really, really cool. Looks like it'll be a lot of amazing show. My goodness. So with that being said, we're moving forward. We want to welcome our entire audience into this beautiful set that we have here. Once again, we are at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. Carrie Rubino joins us. Carrie, how are you?
Good. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing all right. I think we are very settled in here at home. We are rounding out the show. We have about 14 minutes to go in the program. This has been great. I had some great guests. And honored to have Debra, Sonia, and I'm sorry, who else was here?
Robin Klinger. Yeah,
Robin,
very exciting.
So cool.
Yep.
I mean, that behind the scenes aspect, I love that stuff.
Awesome.
I was fascinated by, I think it was Sonia who brought up the behind the scenes aspect about shooting 125 pages worth of stuff.
They move quick.
It's just amazing how they do that. I mean, we're Gotham Trinity Productions. We've done some shorts and some small features, but my goodness, it takes a village.
It does.
You know, it's real difficult, as you know very well. It takes a village to do productions here.
That's right.
At APAC. So, Carrie, talk to me a little bit about yourself. And Anthony said at the top of the show, we were going to talk about the summer camp. So tell me a little bit about what we got going on.
Absolutely. So I'm brand new to APAC, but I'm super excited to be here. And for our first endeavor in the education world, we're going to offer some theater camps for ages 8 to 15. We have 4 week-long camps. They are July 6th, the week of July 6th, the week of July 13th, the week of August 3rd, and the week of August 17th. There'll be half-day-long camps with the younger group in the morning, the older group in the afternoon, and we're really excited to get started.
Yeah, and of course, so we mentioned this earlier, curtains opening up, which is really cool as well. Talk about what it's been like to do work in here and getting acquainted with all this, obviously unable to have the performances of this, but just talk about in general how things have been going.
It's been amazing. You know what? I'm not saying the quarantine was a blessing, but it has been nice to sort of ease into this new work for me. I'm sort of learning the ropes. I'm getting the hang of it. So it's been nice to ease into that. I'm sure we'll hit the ground running as soon as our first show opens back up, which we're hoping is Dixie in August. But yeah, it's been very exciting. I'm super happy you all are here too.
Yeah, this has been very cool. This is just another addition to highlight the arts and whatnot. Back to the camps a little bit. I think the camps also include something with the kitchen.
Yeah, we also are offering a culinary arts camp because we have the kitchen right here on premises. That is another week-long camp. It'll be the week of August 10th, and that is a morning, 2-hour camp in the morning for ages, I believe we said it's ages 10 to 15. So yeah, you can sign up for that. You can sign up for any of the theater camps. All of them are live on our website at avenelarts.com. You can just go to the top of the page, click on tickets, and it'll be one of the options when you scroll through all the shows.
What about safety? Is of utmost concern for everyone.
Safety is my number one concern, always.
Of course.
Especially in the theater, but even more so now. We are taking every precaution. We are using all the guidelines that are written by the CDC as well as the state of New Jersey to really abide by them and enhance our camp. We're going to follow the 6 feet distancing rule, which we can easily do in this gorgeous space right here.
Right.
And we're going to do temperature checks at the door so everybody comes and gets their temperature checked. It's really going to be a small, inclusive camp, so we don't really have to worry about outside people coming in. It'll just be their own group. So we're really keeping it small, insular, and we're really excited. And we know it's going to do well.
And cost-wise, too, I think that was it's always a concern. It's been tight for some people.
It has
been. Haven't been working. It's been a little rough. What do we think about how do you register and then what's like a cost structure?
Sure. The price for each week is $295 per session. There are discounts available if you sign up for multiple weeks. And talking to these parents, and we've just launched this yesterday, people are really, really excited. They want to get out of the house. they want to do something. Their kids have been online learning. I think they're kind of done with online learning, and they're really looking for something live and in person. And we're super excited to offer that in this beautiful environment where we can keep it small, keep it contained, and abide by all those guidelines. So we're super excited to do that.
Everyone's itching to get out.
They really are. We all are.
So
we all are.
Why not bring them here to this beautiful, brand new? Everything still feels so fresh.
It is.
You know,
brand new.
So what a great opportunity to take the kids out and have a little camp here.
Yeah.
And with the cooking component too is very cool.
You can sign up for everything online right now.
And again, can we also email you directly? I hear for a little discount code.
Yes, yes, please do. If you are signing up for additional weeks, please email me at carrie.rubino@avenelarts.com. My email address is on the website. Feel free to email me. We'll talk you through how to get those discounts if you are signing up for 2 or more weeks.
Excellent. Awesome. Wow. So cool.
This is
a good time. Yeah. And a great announcement.
Yeah.
Just good to get some good news.
It really is.
You know,
yeah. We're all looking forward to it.
Yeah. Looking forward to getting the kids here and just having some fun.
And while the parents wait, you can go next door to the coffee shop, or once Curtains is open, you can sit outside, have a drink, have a meal at Curtains, enjoy this beautiful new atmosphere. You're going to love it.
Carrie, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us on the couch today. Really
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. And you just mentioned Curtains, so that leads us perfectly into a little piece that I shot earlier with PK. So let's have PK join us right now and find out a little bit more about Curtains. What's been going on?
All right, PK, a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
Monday, it's coming. Yeah. You have to be excited, man. No?
I think everybody's excited. The community's excited. You know, Carrie's doing her theater classes over there. We're doing cooking classes here too for the kids. So there's a lot of good stuff going. But the most important thing from us is opening up to the public and doing what we do best. You know, so we have a lot of new things coming out. We have a lot of drinks coming out, a lot of new food items coming out. So it's just a different way to sort of change the optics of what the restaurant business is. And now we make it a little more communal and have everything outside. And it just makes it a little more familial in terms of how we're going to service.
Which is great. And speaking of what you're going to have, what are you going to offer? Do you have some signature drinks? What's your menu kind of going to look like?
We have a ton of things. Like, so for instance, our menu traditionally is tremendous. It's huge. Yeah. There's so many items on it with drinks over here, but we have a ton of items. There's over 50 items on the menu itself. But what we're doing is we're going to scale down the menu to 40 items instead of that. So we're going to make our own spinach pies because I'm Greek. So we have to do spinach pie. We're going to do, things on the grill. We're looking at oysters. We have cornmeal coated oysters with an oyster lemongrass sauce. So we're trying to incorporate, the summertime with the outdoors and use of the grill and of glasses, of mason glasses, to have drinks to get served outside and make everyone feel like they're on a mini vacation because it's our staycation for the past couple of months.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I'm loving when I say bacon wrapped shrimp. Huge fan of bacon. I think that's fantastic. Oysters on the half. Buffalo chicken wraps. You got your salad. So if you're trying to be health conscious, of course, you have your great salads there. Oh, how salad even looks good.
And the biggest thing that we do is everything we do is made from scratch. We make our own salad dressings. We make our own mango papaya chutney that goes with those bacon wrapped shrimp you're talking about. We make a bacon jam, a marmalade out of bacon and sun-dried tomatoes, and we put that over the pork chops. So there's a lot of exciting things that we try to incorporate just so we can create a different palette for everybody here and bring a little bit of New York and a little bit of originality to Avenel.
Love that.
Yeah.
And love that. Of course, we're at the bar.
Yes.
The drinks will be flowing.
Yeah.
Full menu. What do we
have?
have?
We have a full bar. We have full menu. We have Jordan and Emily behind the bar who come. You cannot come in here and not see them smile. I think they're just sewn together like this. But again, the same thing with the drinks. We try to create drinks that are perfect for the scenario. We have a show at Italian wedding. We're going to have Italian drinks for you. We have the summertime outside. We're going to make some outside summer drinks, focus on citrus and lemon and lime and the flavors of the spring and the summer.
How appropriate.
Yeah.
So you're tailoring your drinks and your food to what you got playing or whatnot and the season time.
We personalize everything. So everyone gets the full experience of what it is to come to the Avenel Performing Arts Center and see a show and eat and feel like you're in a different atmosphere, because that's what you try to do. Just get a little escape from the day-to-day, especially now with the coronavirus hopefully behind us and not to resurface in 6 weeks. So let's hope good luck for everybody there.
We've been in quarantine long enough.
Yes,
I think we're ready to open things back up.
Yeah.
This is for the next phase for all this. We're excited to have some food and some good drinks here.
That's right. Can't wait to have some good food, good drinks. It's time to have a good time over at Curtains. So be sure to come down beginning Monday. I personally just want to thank PK for his time and for welcoming us into Curtains right next door here at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. All right, we're going to wrap up the show. A few minutes to go. Anthony Wilkinson rejoins the program and rejoins the crushed red velvet couch there.
I love this couch. I just want to thank Debra Toscano, Robin Klinger, and Sonia Blangiardo. Thank you guys for being my first guests here at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. And to everybody, just keep checking our website, avenelarts.com. And as we get updates from the state of New Jersey, we will be giving you those updates. And we're hoping to be up and running really soon. But in the meantime, we will keep you posted every week. I have a great bunch of guests for you next week. I'm not going to tell you who they are yet. Ooh. But if you guys tune in next Wednesday, another fun group of people coming up. So we'll just keep getting on some more insights.
That's very cool. And I think it's great to have people from different aspects of the industry to provide the different insight, how they've been coping, this new virtual world, right?
Yeah.
And whether it's doing Facebook live shows or conferences. And God, that was interesting hearing from Robin.
Yeah.
As an agent, what that means for everyone. I mean, I almost feel like there's this whole sector of people that you kind of forget. How are they going to move forward?
Exactly.
This is their livelihoods here. They want to fill the seats.
Yeah.
They want to get here.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
I know. Look, personally, I'm over the virtual world. I'm over Zooms. I'm over all of it. I can't. I need to have human interaction. I need to be with people. I need to, So I'm excited to get back to that. But while we have to do what we have to do, I think this is a great way to stay in contact with people and to communicate.
And speaking of communicating and staying in touch with people, remember, every week on Wednesday at 3:00 p.m., live from APAC on the Avenel Performing Arts Center Facebook page will be this program moving forward, hopefully for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be talking, again, with some great guests and communicating with you what we're hearing about when APAC can open up, when we can have performances again. It was big news enough, Anthony, to have curtains opening up.
Oh, thank God.
Just have some congregation.
And people have to be dying to get out of the house.
Yeah. Now it's time to grab a drink with your friends and family.
Absolutely.
And the curtains, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, this was a good first show.
Yeah.
This is Wednesday, June 10th.
Yeah.
First show, live from APAC.
Yeah.
One of the first of many, we hope, here.
Yes.
Anthony, thank you so much for trusting
Thank you, Todd.
me and Mike Graziuso directing behind the scenes, Tom Pregliano, Alex LeBeau, Jen Vitigliano, and my beautiful wife, Andrea Sorolo, who joined us here today, helping out. She's always helping out. She's with me. God knows that's not an easy task. At any rate, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us here live from APAC. Take care, and we will see you next week.